Parents neglected me my whole life. Never noticed I moved away, and now. Original post. I, 24 them, grew up in a household where I was essentially invisible. My parents had my older brother, 29M, and younger sister, 21F, and they made it very clear that they were the golden children. My brother was the high achiever, always getting praised for his academics and sports, while my sister was the baby of the family, getting showered with attention. Me, I was just there. I was never abused, but I was ignored. My parents never attended my school plays, never asked about my grades, and never even acknowledged my birthday unless my grandma reminded them. When I got sick, I had to take care of myself. When I won an award in high school, they didn't even know until a teacher mentioned it in passing. My existence in that house felt a formality, like I was just some extra person who happened to live there. It got worse after I turned 18. I got a part-time job, started saving, and decided I'd move out the second I can afford to. The kicker, I didn't even have to announce my departure. I packed my stuff over the course of a few weeks, found a cheap apartment, and just left. No one noticed. Not a single call, text, or message from my parents. Nothing from my siblings. I kept waiting for someone to check in, to ask where I was, but it never happened. It was like I had ceased to exist. That was 6 years ago. In that time, I built a life for myself. I finished college, landed a decent job, made real friends, and even got engaged to an amazing woman. I didn't completely cut off my family, but I also didn't reach out beyond obligatory holiday texts. Then, out of the blue, my mom called me last week. At first, I thought maybe she had dialed the wrong number. But no. She asked me how I was doing and even said, "It's been a while since we talked." I laughed. I couldn't help it. "Yeah, Mom. It's been 6 years." Silence. And she said, "Oh, really?" Turns out, they didn't even realize I had moved out until almost a year after I was gone. My dad apparently asked at one point why they hadn't seen me around the house, and my mom shrugged it off, assuming I was just busy. My sister had taken over my old room, and they literally never even questioned it. So why call now? Because they need money. Apparently, my dad lost his job, my brother moved back home after a failed business, and my sister was struggling with her own finances. They were hoping I could help the family out. I told her very calmly that I didn't have a fam. My family never cared about me when I needed them, so I owed them nothing now. She started crying, saying I was being cruel. That family always helps family. I hung up. Now my brother and sister are texting me, calling me selfish. Even my grandmother, the only person who ever really cared about me, is urging me to reconsider because they're still your parents. Am I really the bad guy here? Top comments. You thrown away 1165. NTA. The audacity of your family is unreal. They ignored you for years and only came running the second they needed money. Stand your ground. UOP. Thank you. It's just surreal that they didn't even notice I was gone. It makes me wonder how much I really mattered to them. Always the middle child. As someone who is also the forgotten sibling, I totally get this. It's a special kind of pain when your own family treats you like an afterthought. You don't owe them a thing. OP, that's exactly how I feel. Like I was never really part of the family. Just an extra. Too late for tears. They didn't care about you until your wallet became relevant. You have every right to say no. If they call again, just remind them they haven't needed you for the past 6 years, so they shouldn't need you now. OP, I might actually use this line if they call again. OP, Grandma knows best. I get why your grandma is conflicted, but honestly, she should be supporting you, not them. If they truly cared, they would have at least noticed when you left. OP, yeah, my grandma's the only one making me feel a little guilty about this. But even she admits they were never great parents to me. It's no more handouts. Block them. Trust me, once they realize you're not a source of money, they'll go right back to forgetting you exist. Update, posted a week later. Well, things escalated. My mom left me a long voicemail about how I'm being so cold and that God wouldn't want me to abandon my family. Then my brother actually tried showing up at my workplace. I didn't see him, but security told me a guy matching his description was asking for me at the front desk. That was the last straw. I sent a final text to the family group chat. You never noticed when I left. You never cared to check in. You only reached out when you needed money. I don't owe you anything. Do not contact me again. Then I blocked them all. Honestly, I feel lighter. Maybe a little sad, but mostly free. To anyone reading this who feels invisible in their own family, you are not obligated to keep toxic people in your life just because of DNA. You deserve better.